Hi, I'm Despa. You're watching be83, and as always, this is another episode of Meet the Artists. And today, right now, I'm here with the man, the myth, Mr. Paper Pabs.
What's going on,
What's going on, bro?
Well, go on.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Nice to have you here, bro.
But it feels good, man. It's a nice little building, nice little setup you look at here, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't know. We've got a nice location. Yeah. Nice location. But it's been a while, man.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. When was the last time I saw you? Well, I saw you in Goonies, Digbirth, about March.
Yeah.
And then before that, I see you probably at, I think it's Skepta's video.
Hold on,
that running one, at New River, Tottenham, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been we don't see each other often, but we do see each other. We get to talk.
It's like I saw you yesterday.
Yeah. So, like, what's going on? What's happening?
Well, I've just spearheaded the game with 2 CDs in 1 year. You know what I mean? I just tried to DMX Nas it. I look at them, man, like, you know, the greats. So they released 2 CDs in 1 year when they were in their prime. And I thought, you know, I'm in my prime, why don't I do it? Not just mixtapes, free downloads, like actually sell them to the public and, you know, try and get a position in the rap chart, because I do rap. That's the only place I'm trying to look like I'm the don in. You know what I mean? If I don't make it in the pop chart #1, I'm not upset because I didn't make pop music, you know what I mean? So if it went #1 in the pop chart, I mean, obviously I'm gonna be overwhelmed, but, you know, I don't really care. But rap is where I want to be at, and I need to show my mark in the charts there.
Yeah.
So Man the Myth went 12, and More Myths went 22, which is, you know, 2 chart positions in 1 year. Like, you know, I deserve a pat on the back, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't do it like that no more, you know, that's old school. But people should watch that and feel like, yo, I'm better than Pabs, watch me do this, because that's really what they should be thinking, the competitive, you know, thought process and all that, because that's what made me want to do it. I wanted to show people my talent, display my talent and show them, not just show you that I can rap, show you that I can chart, show you that I can sell CDs, you know what I mean? So that was the main thing still. So 2 CDs 1 year, Man the Myth and More Myths, 6 months apart, 3 positions apart in the charts. Success.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So how your fans reacting to the product that you put out?
My fans are just like the loyalist fans in the world, you know what I mean? If I told them to jump off a bridge, they'll do it, you know what I mean? I'll jump with them though. I'll jump with them, you know what I'm saying? But they're the most loyalist fans, and they give me more support than anyone, man, you know what I mean? Like, if I told them I had an exam tomorrow, you know, they'll give me more support than any woman in, you know, other than my mother in my life, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, yeah, man, they're loyal, man. I got nothing but love for the fans, and I want to do something for them, like, that they don't have to pay for, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking, you know, maybe a free show, maybe a free viewing exclusive of one of my films, because I'm in the film game.
Okay.
Trying to break through the film game as well, you know. I'm trying to Ice Cube the game, you know what I mean? The rapper that turned actor, but still was big in the acting, but still was big in the rapping, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm really trying to do, man. You know, because I can't be like, you know, I'll be approaching 30 soon, and then I'm still rapping, you know, and it's a young man's craft, this music thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, like, you know, go into acting, so I can still do music. I can just balance it out, you know what I mean? Because I can't be, you know what I mean? I'm getting old, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting old, man. So yeah, man. I'm just trying to, like, break through to the acting now still.
So have you been in any films yet, or are you making a film, or has there been anything out that someone should watch, like, you know?
I've always acted in, like, my videos. Tried to, like, do some form of theatrical stuff, like, or something, you know, to just show that, you know, I'm entertaining with it, you know what I mean? Rather than just have that still, you know, grilled face and just, like, looking bad in the videos, because I know what I'm capable of. I know I'm bad, or whatever they want to call it, gangster, G, whatever. I know that. I don't have to show my fans it every single day. Listen to my music, you can hear it, you know what I mean? Check the history books, you would know. So I try to, like entertain the public with a little bit of humour. So I do that in my videos, but before that, I've done a film called London State of Mind with Dice Recordings.
Did that ever come out though, bro? I remember that's got Big Nasty in there as well, isn't it? Big
Nasty in there. I think he's got DJ Cameo.
Yeah.
Got a couple people in there.
I remember that was supposed to come out, then it didn't, and then I don't know if it ever dropped. They recorded it, they filmed it in 2004. Yeah.
Early days still. I mean, the cameras that we're using now weren't even about in these times though, you know what I mean? They were using big these big XL1 cannons. That was the deepest cannon at the time.
I had one of those.
Yeah, and you know how they are, man. Like I had rolling around with a suitcase.
Massive lens. Yeah, that's how it
massive
felt.
lens and all that stuff. So the game was still early days. So if that's why it never really came out properly, because you had to go straight to DVD. People weren't really used to watching films on YouTube back then. You know what I mean? Like, you send a link. People weren't even at their PC. There was no smartphones. There was none of that. Like, there was really no way. So you had to sell it as a DVD. So you got to press up all these DVDs. You got to spend all that money. You just spent money on renting the camera crew, and all that stuff. I guess they just got to the point where they thought, oh, this was more hassle, or this was longer than I actually thought it was. So I guess it's just I guess that's the reason why it didn't really get to the public in time, and the momentum kind of went down. But it's on the internet right now still.
I'll find it.
It's on YouTube.
It was something I did want to watch at the time. It was like there's a film with all these grime guys in there. And I was like, yo, that's gotta be good.
Early days, man. It was before its time. I think when that came out, Bullet Boy was just out. Bullet Boy came out. So those were the times when man was doing this acting thing. You know what I mean? From early, and then I done my film this year called it's a short film. It's something that I wrote to coincide with my Man the Myth CD. It's supposed to be just like an extended music video, similar to like how Rick Ross has his videos with a little bit of acting in it. And then I got carried away, and I carried on writing, and it got to the next thing. And then then I hollered at Pierre from Grime Daily. I says, yo, I've got this script, I want to do a film, what you saying? And he was like, all right, cool. He called out Mino, he pushed some buttons, and we made it happen. And in Princess Girls, we put it out, hollered at Caliber, hollered at Skulls, Almino the Great, if I'm missing anyone, I can't remember, but we hollered at a couple people for me to get the plans in motion and all that, because I had the idea, I had the script, and I had the vision. I just needed him to help me execute it.
Sometimes that's what's required.
And so I didn't have the manpower, so I hollered at him, and then we pushed the buttons and we made it happen, man. It came out in 2 parts, but something was going on where their hard drive was corrupted or something. So the second one came out late.
Okay.
So so that's why it didn't come out at the right time. But people can still watch it. Princess Girls is on YouTube, Grime Daily's channel, or one of those. And it's in 2 parts. But Princess Girls, I wrote it, and we just banged it out, and it's pretty deep, pretty cool, man. Right. Still.
So you started out. So you say you want to be known as one of the rap greats of the UK. But you started out in the grime scene.
I did. I did.
What is it that made, and when did you make that transition, and why did you do that?
I always listened to rap, like NWA, Snoop Dogg, all those CDs my mum bought that you're not supposed to listen to, but you listen to. You know what I mean? Like the CDs and all that. My mum was like my mum likes reggae like any Caribbean woman likes and all that stuff, but she grew up in the era where swing and soul was on the come up, Jodeci and all that, so I would listen to that sort of stuff, and then she would listen to a bit of softer rap, but that would break me through into listening to hardcore rap like NWA and stuff like that, all ahead of my time, bearing in mind these men are like, they're not making CDs for these like 8-year-olds or 9-year-olds that I might be at the time, but it was ahead of my time, so I'm listening to it. I've always wanted to rap. I always thought it was cool, man. You know what I mean? I wanted to have Jerry curl with the hat, you know what I'm saying? And the shades and all that stuff, Eazy-E, like all those man there. I was watching Boys in the Hood. I was influenced by that West Coast, you know what I mean? And then Biggie came along, and then I wanted to just write bars. Life after death, Biggie died. I had a rap group in year 7 called the Hip Hop Hooligans. Me and Boss Man and 2 other guys. And I just always wanted to rap. So when it evolved, when the scene went from jungle to like garage, I was still writing jungle bars and garage bars. I felt like I need to express myself more, and there wasn't enough beats per minute for me to express myself. You know what I mean? It was too fast, and so it just wasn't me. I needed to say more, and I couldn't do it with garage or grime. You know what I mean? But I'll write a grime bar from time to time. You know what I mean? But I know I'm at my best in rap. I know that I'm at my best in rap. Whereas grime, I'm not the best at it. You know what I mean? So I can do good, I can sound deep with a couple man, but I know myself. I'm not one of those artists that thinks that they're good, but really they're swag, they're shit, and they should just give it up. Like, I know when something's not good. You know what I mean? So when I make these mixtapes, I know that they're the best thing on the market at this particular time. It was tailor-made for those rap ears, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I know that is good. I know it is. I don't really rap over Lex Luger beat or anyone's beat. You know, you ain't gonna hear a Pabby Wabby pound cake freestyle. Not because I think it's like you shouldn't do that. It's just that, you know, I don't think that shit's necessary. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I should waste my bars on those beats when I could just get a brand new beat and then put those bars. Even if I wrote my bars to that beat, I can put my bars on an original beat so that when Pound Cake's died off and it's not hot no more, my song's still hot. Because your song's never gonna be as big as Drake's and Jay-Z's version. Never. So you're second best, third best, 20th best. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it to be like, yo, who sprayed that tune the best? Pabby, and just because it's my tune, you know what I mean? So that's always been me. I think that kind of worked for me. It works for me, you know what I mean? And that might not work for another person. Another person might need to get himself heard. So he has to do the Pound Cake freestyle. He has to do like the version of a next man's tune, because that's his way of getting himself heard. But I got myself heard through going at whoever I had to in the game at the time. So that got the public's attention for me. And then from that there, I'm just building on. So I didn't really do grime because I felt like at the time, I weren't as good as H, Bossman, Prez, Jamie, Skepta weren't even doing it then. Meridian, then I weren't as good as them. It was visible. I would go to the friggin' radio. I would choke. It was not a joke. Like awkward silence. Just pass the mic. I couldn't remember my bars. It was not for me. It was too quick. It was too fast. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't have rhythm. I can't really dance. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it was something to do with me. But I knew that when I put pen to paper on a rap, it's epic. You know what I mean? So I knew that. You know what I mean? So that's why I just stuck with that, man. I was just true to myself. Just being true to yourself, man. That's what it is. I wasn't as good at grime as everyone else around me was. So there's no point bringing them down and making swag bars. And they're my team. They're not gonna turn their back on me. You know what I mean? But they're gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna bring them down. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't do it. That's what it is. But now I can rhyme. Now I kind of understand grime a bit better, and I've done a couple grime tunes, and I think my bars are good. They're good. They're better than a couple, you know, guys that actually established that here. But I don't think I'm gonna turn my back on rap. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna do that still.
So you mentioned that you're influenced by like the West Coast kind of stuff and those movies and stuff. It previously, is that seeing that kind of independent game like NWA and all those kind of people? Is that what influenced you to get into kind of the independent hustle that you're in right now with Bloodline, etc.? Definitely,
man. I watched the NWA documentary, and I looked at it and I thought, wow, that's exactly what we are. The same thing, like exactly the same how they are, like is how we are, like, you know what I mean? That's how I saw the vision, NWA, before Wu-Tang, Dipset and all these things. I look at that crew as the blueprint. You know what I mean? Gangsters from Compton and stuff like that. And you know, they made the transition there in the rap world. You know, everyone's like, oh, who are these guys? Like, you know, people fear what they can't understand sort of thing. I always felt like we was misunderstood, you know what I mean? Like, we had our certain way of getting our point across and people either didn't like it or they embraced it like, oh my God, these guys are the truth. Or they're like, ooh, nah, man, I don't know about these guys. Maybe we shouldn't let them in the building, man. They look a bit scruffy. You know what I mean? Nah, they got hoodies on, you know what I mean? Metaphorically speaking. But that is how I kind of see, that's how I saw Bloodline. Always getting like blackballed or whatever. But yeah, and the same thing happened to NWA until they met someone that saw the vision and then the thing went smooth. But we haven't actually met anyone that's seen our vision, but I see the vision, and if I'm in a position of power to do something about it, then I've done something about it. You know, I've got the studio because, you know, we was using a studio, but the guy wasn't giving me enough studio time. You know what I mean? And you know, he had his own little thing going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at him, but maybe at the time I might have been like, nah, you're trying to block us, but really he ain't trying to block us. He's got his own thing going on. So yeah, I got the studio. You know, so that enabled us to make music, but not just any music at our own pace, and at our own creativity level, without having to compromise it because, we got to be leaving in half an hour. We got to, you know, oh nah, if I'm spending this much money on studio time, I better make a pop single because I'm not going to be wasting all this money and not, you know what I mean? So that's why I was able to make, you know, these tunes like Bitch Dress and all these tunes. Like, wow, what type of tunes you making, Pabs? You know what I mean? I'll have my girl on the phone and then she'll be cussing me. Yeah. And then I'll just put on, I'll record it. And then I made a tune called Bitch Dress or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And then real shit. You can't do that shit in someone else's studio. You know what I mean? You can't do it. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, man, it's stuff like that. But yeah, we was getting blackballed, man. So you're only really getting blackballed if you're looking at people to do something for you. So that's when I kind of thought, you know what, self-sufficient, independent, do it yourself. Like that's the motto with most things that I do. Just do it yourself. Don't wait on no one to come around and just like, yo, Pabs, man, do you want a record deal? Know what I mean? Do you want me to put out your CD? Do you want me to do that? Nah, I could do it all myself. I went into the charts all by myself. You know what I mean? I've done most things all by myself. You know what I mean? I've been different countries, people chanting our bars, the Bloodline logo designed by myself, everything just by myself. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Like,
so you did the Bloodline logo as well?
Yeah, well, I paid someone.
Yeah.
But it was my all my ideas. I never said to someone, oh yeah, I want a Bloodline logo. You know, I came over to him and I said, oh, what, you see this thing here? Make this like this and do it like this. He just took my instructions.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so I hired a graphic designer to draw a picture for me, but I already had the vision. Like, I gave him the direction of where to go. You know what I mean? Without that, he don't know what to do. If I say do me a Bloodline logo, automatically he's probably just gonna do some blood dripping off a knife and make it look like some rock band. You know what I mean? Because automatically, there is a band called Bloodline Slayer, I think. Yeah, there's a rock band, but automatically I say Bloodline, you think gory, you might have come through some vampire life or something like that, but I was thinking more Bloodline as a family Bloodline. And even if I said
the family crest kind of thing that you've got,
exactly, coat and arms, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah.
So I know you're a deep guy, you know? You're reading some books. You're reading some books, man.
Yeah, I know my shit still.
Yeah. But yeah, man, NWA, man, definitely. Death Row, like all of these labels that weren't meant to be there, that made it. Those were actually my inspiration. Those people were my inspiration, man, because they weren't really supposed to be in that position of power that they were in. But they done something right. They pushed the buttons correctly and they aligned themselves with the right people, and it happened. So that the people that didn't want them to go through were like, Ross, you lot still made it. I have no choice but to mess with you now. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where it was still. So anytime we were spearheading the game, cussing people and all that, it was just because we had to do what we had to do in order for our existence, you know what I mean? Because if it was left up to anyone else, we would have been dying.
Yeah, well, and on that point, in terms of cussing people and stuff, like you guys over the years, and even now recently with H and that Wiley thing on Twitter, have been legendary for going for people, videos, this, the other, the comedy, etc. Like, why is it because you felt like people were trying to block you that you've had to do these things, or do you just generally think, yo, fuck you guys, like, you know, we are who we are?
It was a bit of both.
Yeah.
I actually thought, fuck you guys, like a lot of it, a majority of the time, I felt like, you know, fuck, who are you lot to dictate whether, you know what I mean? Like, King of Grime, maybe, but come to my house and I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, King of Grime when you're looking in the mirror, and that's how you should feel. You know what I mean? You should feel like you're the best at what you do, but it not necessarily means that I think that as well, you know what I mean? And I'm in my right to say that. I'm just gonna make it sound a bit more juicier, you know what I mean? But I'm in my right to say that, but I'm gonna dolly it up a bit, make it pretty and make people laugh about how my opinion is on it, you know what I mean? But Wiley is a cool guy though, man. Like, a lot of people don't know, bro. I see Wiley and we're joking, we're laughing, you know?
Because it always feels like you're going for Wiley or somebody real deep or...
Anytime I've seen Wiley, it's been nothing but a giggle. It's never been like, yo, well, go on.
Yeah.
I'm still alive, he's still alive. And if it was really that deep, we both will be missing, both of us. Like, because the victim and the victor will be missing. The victim would be wherever he's got to be, and the victor would be in jail. So we're both here on road, and even if Wiley ain't got the strength to do me anything directly, I'm sure he's got some guy that wants to, you know, come up the rankings. Like, Wiley, I'll do anything for you, bro. Anything, man. Just to be in your Bentley, I'll stab anyone. I'll do anything for you, bro. Wiley, I'll kill. Where's Pabs now? Let me see it. So he's got guys I'm sure he's got a guy or two that's got a couple, you know what I mean, scars and shit. That's from the roads. That's willing to put in work for him. But it's never been that. Like, and obviously, if it's, you know, I ain't got to say that. I've got no, you know what I mean. But freaking so it's never really been that, you know what I mean? But it's always been lyrical and metaphorically speaking. Yeah, man will duppy you metaphorically. But if man think that I'm dumb enough to go jail for some poetry, man, then you're a dickhead for even thinking that. I would never, ever, ever, ever turn music beef into real beef. Never in my life. I will humiliate you with rhymes, and I'll do all that stuff there. I won't even humiliate you with rhymes. I'll humiliate you with interviews. It's less energy and it's cheaper, and I ain't got to pay for no studio time, and it is more effective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll dup you that way, but I'll never ever see a guy and then want to like do him harm. You know what I'm saying? Unless you've crossed that boundary, unless you crossed that boundary first. But bear in mind, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm not going to jail and for some lyrical war. You know what I'm saying? It has to be real. Like, you know, maybe if I saw you in a rave and you disrespected it, on that note there, yeah, I'm gonna act on the disrespect. But, you know, I'm not seeing it as stemming from lyrical war. I see it as, boy, I'm grown enough to take that on the chin, whether you cuss me or whatever. Wiley told me to suck my mum, call me a batty hole, and all these things there. He actually said it like that, batty hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, batty hole. You know what I'm saying?
The full punctuation.
Yeah, the full punctuation.
Grammatical strength.
Yeah, he cussed me in 2006.
Yeah.
So way before internet was booming and all that stuff. The history books, he cussed me, Ribs, a couple other guys. He started it, he cussed me.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, I was cussing him. I was phoning his phone though, directly. It was before I would put it out on broadcast and say, oh man, why does it prick? I called your phone and I spoke to you. I had our own little thing going on, you know what I mean? Before, it wasn't nothing to do, it was no musical stuff. And then, then he went and then he started cussing me musically. But he didn't even cuss me, he just like had some interlude where he was just cussing bare man. Pablo from Meridian or Meridian Bloodline or something like that, you know? And at the same time, Wiley's at his prime and he just shouted man out. So, yeah, man. Cheers. Thanks.
So,
I like that.
Talking about Meridian and the origins of yourself and origins of Meridian. Let's talk about how that situation came together. Because out of that camp of people, we've got you, Prez, Bossman, JME, Skepta, like legendary people. Yeah, man. In the grime scene that have, you know, influenced a lot. Like, let's talk about. It still freaks me out.
It still freaks me out because no matter what, I still see everyone cotching on the wall in Meridian. 5 man on a zoot. To this day, I still see that, like, and it's real. We used to cotch in the blocks, you know what I mean? Like, write bars. And I had a pocket PC or something like that. Before, that was the closest you got to some device, you know what I mean? Some pocket PC, some HP pocket PC. That's how we used to write bars. Shit like that, you know? Yeah, little things like that. That was that was one of the devices. Jamie would make like ringtones. It's mad when I think about it. Like, you know, I don't see myself as a legend at all. I'm just regular. Like, I don't see them man as legends neither. Like, I don't see my brother as legends. I don't see Skeppy as legends. I just see regular guys, man. I mean, I knock on man's doors. You know what I mean? Well, try to anyway. Like, obviously everyone's busy and stuff like that, but it's just regular, man. It's crazy, man. That how we've evolved to that, but. I don't know, man. If you stick at what you do, then, you know, that shit will happen, man. You just gotta stick at it, man. I know people say that, it sounds cliche, man. But
yeah, it's true. You have to be consistent and stick with it. Like, how did you get together? Was it a situation where you just live together or live around each other?
Yeah.
Aren't you guys from like? Aren't you?
Yeah, we're from the same. Me, H, Bossman, and Prez are family. Like, from the same like bloodline. Like, our mums are sisters, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But Prez and H are my actual brothers. I'll talk about Birdie. Birdie's mum and my mum are like first a blood sisters, same mum, same dad. You know what I mean? So that's you know, Birdie. I've known Birdie since birth. So this is the story of how it actually all came together. We're all from the same part of Tottenham. I'm actually from I'm actually from Edmonton, which is the part of, which is right next to Tottenham. But the part of Edmonton that I live sat on the border of Tottenham. So when I first came to London, I lived in Tottenham, and then my mum got a house, which was down the road from her sister's, like a 2-minute walk, but it crossed in the Edmonton border. You know how it is. They offer their houses in Tottenham, Broadwater Farm, in all the real Gaza Strip ghettos. And my mum was like, nah. My mum just came from Handsworth, so she come from the original ghetto. She's just like, I ain't coming to live in London, a better life, to go back into some ghetto. So she's like, nah, I want to live in like a nice area. So they offered her Edmonton, and it was the part of Edmonton that was still close enough to her mum's, to her sisters and all that stuff. So that's where I came up, but I was on the borderline. It didn't really make a difference when my mum moved, because I was still like able to cross the borders to go Koch around the same area, you know what I mean? So we were still Koch together. My cousin still lives there, so we're still Koching. So I was raised under that regime, even so I would go to school in a different catchment area than my cousin, but after school we would just link up and we'd be on the same block, you know what I mean? So which was Selby, and because Selby Field was there, and I would live on that side of Selby Field, and Bossman would live on that side of Selby Field. So the only thing that was stopping us is a green rugby pitch. And I just cross over there, we'd play in the rugby pitch and all that stuff there. Then Meridian got built, it's a new estate that got built, and I guess that's when Skepta, Jamie, and came along. But before that, I'm not sure. I know there was blocks there, but I'm not sure whether they lived there or they moved over there. But bearing in mind, I was like 6, 7. It's like I'm not supposed to know. Half of their situation at this stage. So but Birdie and Skeppy and Jamie went school in the Tottenham area, and I went school in Edmonton. So they grew up in the same primary school, and then Skepta went to school in my catchment area. And then Birdie went to school in my catchment area, so now their mums want them to be in a better area, because Tottenham's a bit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you can predict someone's life, or statistically, it's, you know how it is. So they thought like, go to that school there. So so you know, music and all that stuff, it's big influence on us. So Solid, all of these crews, Heartless and all that stuff. You know, they're big influence. When Dizzy got big, it was more like, can happen to us, you know what I mean? It made it more realistic that we can blow. And the Nasty crew were doing their thing. We had a crew, Meridian crew. I come back from my up north travels. I was all over the Manchester, Birmingham, with H and Prez, and then we came back down. So we came back down with a style, which was adapted from Bassman, Trigger, anyone up north style. But we were Londoners, because we was raised in London and we was raised under that regime, But we always had Birmingham, Manchester ties. So I was always in touch with who's big in Birmingham, Manchester, and all that stuff. Hysteria tapes, stuff like that. Listen to all that stuff. My sisters were getting shouted out by Bassman. My sister's boyfriend, is in the rave. So like, big up my man there, big up my man in the car, and they would have that tape. That's all they played in their car. Rewinded it. Man just bigged me up. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up knowing all of this stuff. It stuck with me, you know what I'm saying? So we came back down with that knowledge. And like, this is how you're supposed to spray. Or if someone says, this guy's got a new twist, he's not even rapping like Nasty Crew. He's not even, H ain't even spraying like man. He's got his own little style, you know what I mean? So we came with the style. And then, H came with the style, Bossman, his family. So we all had that style anyway, but H is the one that kind of like pushed it, you know what I mean? And then him and Jamie, Dan, Bossman, they just started forming, started writing bars, and everyone had the unique style. Everyone had their own little style, but it all was kind of the same, you know what I'm saying? So friggin', what happened to the lights?
2 seconds. Oh, it's back.
Shit,
so okay. We might just keep that in. We might not. Let's see how I feel in the edit. So you talk about they came with the style. Yeah, they came with the style. And so that's kind of like how Meridian had that uniqueness. Jamie had like an intellectual style, like a smart guy. But he's in the version
roads.
of that.
He's from the hood, but he had like an intelligent way of getting his point across. You know what I mean? It took thought, so that people would be like, "Raw, this guy." No one's ever thought about that. For like the I say geeks and neeks and nerds and all that stuff, but I'm not trying to diss no one. I feel like that market there is like got a lot of intelligent people, like computer whiz kids and all that stuff there. So no one was actually catering for that market until Jamie came along, and then Jamie came along and he catered for that market. So now we're a crew from the hood that cater not just for the hood, for a different demographic, you know what I mean? So we're now catering for people in suburban areas and stuff like that because of Jamie's intellectual way of getting his point across and stuff like that. And then so it would. But if you're rubbing shoulders with someone that gets his point across intellectually, you know, you would find a gangster way of getting your point across in a smart way. So like we all rubbed off each other. If H came with the style, you know, we extracted, we rubbed off each other. And then Jamie came with a beat. You know what I mean? Skepta came with an idea, a vision, so it was all a joint effort. I'll be lying here to say if we are the only guys that came through, oh yeah, now we started everything. I mean, it's debatable, but I would say that it's a joint effort, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would say it's a joint effort and all that. And then yeah, man, that's what Skepta was a DJ. Skepta was a sick DJ. No one could touch him.
He was at the time, wasn't he?
Don't know if he still DJs now. I went to his Halloween party. I came there late. I didn't really hear him DJ. I heard Max. But back in the day, Skepta was the best DJ I knew, you know what I'm saying? He was the best DJ I heard. Like I held him up there with the Slimsy, the Fonties and all that stuff there. Skepta was a big DJ back then, so we, you know, he was the Meridian crew DJ, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it was. And then Practice Hours and that came along and then we just blew up, man. From that day it was like, Ross. You know what I mean? That kind of like set the pace.
He has some legendary sets, like I think your Sidewire and the Raw set from back in the day.
Yeah.
Is a legendary.
Oh, that day was
set.
crazy as well, man. The bottles got flown and all that stuff. It was like some real beef in that there, man. Could have died there, you know what I'm saying? Them Sidewire race back in the day were like, they were dangerous, man.
Yeah, man.
They were dangerous, man. But yeah, people still rode there though, yeah, man. People still rode there. But that's how it kind of came along. We came with a style from up north. We came with an up north style and we brought it to London and we gave it a different twist. That's why I think a lot of Birmingham, Manchester rappers and musicians like Bloodline. And even like Boy Better Know, because they are part of Bloodline. Whether they like it or whether they're not, or whether their fans like it or whether they're not, we all are part of each other's history. So if you hear Skepta and he might sound like, you know, like us, or we sound like him, or we got similar ways of putting stuff out, it's because we're from the same part of Tottenham, you know what I mean, or the same part of North London. We're from that part, like so you can't help but be that person. You know what I mean? It's embedded in your blood, like, you know what I mean. But yeah, man. I mean, that's how the style came about, like through up north. So that's why people identify with us up north, because we are part of what they are. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
So are you talking about like just, you know, style and orange and stuff from Birmingham, etc. Are you in tune with what's going on in the Birmingham market musically?
Yeah, well, I know about Saf 1, Medley, Bomber. Deadly, sorry, G. Deadly, Bomber, Tornado. I actually grew up with Tornado. When I was living in Birmingham, me and him grew up together. We used to roll together, blaze zoots together. He's a little bit younger than me, but he was part of the circle. I think we had a crew called OCC, Other Cutters Crew or something like that, because we never had an area, because we just moved in all different areas. They were from Winston Green. I lived in Lee Back with my sister. I also lived in Kingston with my auntie. My sister moved to Perry Bar. I was all over the globe. My nan lived in Sutton. You know, coming up, you didn't want to be in Sutton at them times there. Like, trust me, it was real, yeah? When I say real, it was like, you know, it was real, yeah? I'm saying like, it was danger zone back in those days when I was in Sutton, Falcon Lodge and all that. I don't know about it now, it's probably cool now, but still. But I would go around, I would be everywhere, man, you know what I mean? So yeah, we locked up with him. Yeah, so I'm in touch with what they're doing, because I pay attention to what they're doing there still, man. But yeah, I like the scene. I like the scene in Birmingham, man.
Can we see any like collaborations with you and anybody from?
I wanted to get Press T and Bassman on a tune.
Shit.
But I found that Bassman, he started talking peace, and I was like, you know,
that's a shame, you know.
He fucked up. Yeah.
That would have been a massive.
Yeah, maybe it can still happen, man. But I just think that the older generation ain't in touch with what's going on. They feel like, you got to pay man dues. But I reckon that Bassman is a legend, and I think Prez T and Bassman, don't just want to do tunes with people just to do tunes with people.
Yeah.
I think that actually will sit nice. I think that actually will sit nice.
It would do, because they've got very different styles. Legendary originators of their own style.
Yeah.
That would really, work well. Try to be interesting to see that happen.
Yeah, it was more for the fans. It's not even to sell. So when the man's asking me for peas, because my sister's baby father knows him, yeah? And then so I phoned him, he's in jail, I phoned him in jail, and he's like, yo, can't you hook that up for me? And he's like, yeah, all right, cool. He got me the number, you know what I mean? So then I phoned him now, and then, I don't know, he's, you got to speak to my manager, and he's treating me Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my sister's boyfriend's been in jail for like friggin' 15 years and stuff, so like, I don't know whether he felt like, right, see man in a minute or whatever, but yeah, Bassman, if you're watching this, man, if anyone knows Bassman that is watching this, explain to him how deep Bloodline are and how well it would work for both of us if we do a collab, you know what I'm saying? But that's ideally what I want to do, Prez T. But Saf, yeah, definitely, I'm just going to do a tune with Saf, Bomber, Deadly, all them, man, Tornado. It's just a matter of me getting up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can send me the vocals and I can spray it, but
it's best to do it together in the studio.
Them people there, I would like to do together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because, yeah, man, I like StayFresh, man. I see them, man. It remind me of Bloodline, but we're not the same, obviously. But the team spirit-wise reminds me of Bloodline. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, to see stuff like that, I like it. I like to see branded crews, like logos, like it looks professional. Even though people are against it, you're still moving with it. You know what I mean? I know there's been bare obstacles probably with StayFresh and stuff, and it's still gone through. So yeah, man. And at the same time, people don't usually hear another person from another crew speaking highly of another crew because there's egos involved.
Yeah.
But I'm past that. I'm doing what I'm doing and it's working. So I ain't got to worry about the next man climbing and all that stuff because my shit's gonna sell regardless of anyone's, buzz or, you know what I mean, or wave, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think StayFresh, man. But I think more needs to come out, more crews need to come out and they need to be established like them. They can't just be like, fuck the game, man. You know what, everyone's against us, fuck that. You can't be like that, trust me. It does more damage to you than anything, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it shouldn't be like that. But StayFresh, they look like they're having fun, shit's working, they're getting bare bitches, yeah? Getting bare shows. Well, I don't know if they're getting bare shows, but they look like they're getting enough bitches, you know what I'm saying? So that's always the tick box, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, that's what we're here for, isn't it? Nah, just joking.
So, like, what can we expect from you in the next? I always ask this question to people, and it's something I want people to know. Like, where can we see you in 3, 5, 10 years? What Pabs' vision?
I've already worked that out a lot because people have asked me that bare times and I had no answer. So I think that I want to be in Hollywood, man. Like I still want to be doing, like I want to be rapping, yeah, still, yeah, of course, but I want to be doing films, man. Action films, Jason Statham shit, you know what I mean? Like that shit, like, you know what I mean? The guy that just had enough, had a bit of stubble, jumping off a bridge, like, gun butting some Russians. That is why, because that's the direction I'm going in now. That's when I write these films, I'm going in that direction. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, not if I wanna see myself, I'm gonna see myself. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I'm gonna be there, you know what I mean? Because I pushed the buttons to get there. I actually know. I knew my CD was going to go in the charts. I didn't know how well it was going to do, but I knew that it was going to hit in the 20s. I knew that, both of them. I knew they were going to be in the 20s. So when the Man, the Myth went 12, I was pretty impressed, you know what I'm saying? More myths, no video, no radio, no promo, no banner, nothing. Just tell my fans on my Twitter and Instagram. That's the only thing I ever done, and it went 22. So in the rap chart, I never done nothing. All I done is word of mouth, and it went there. I remember back in the day listening to RZA from Wu-Tang on Westwood, and he said he released a CD called Wu Chronicles, and he done no promo, no nothing, and he released it and it went gold. And that always stuck with me. I'm thinking, right, that's fan power there. That's like supporters power, so I always bear that in mind. So as long as I've got the support from my fans, I can get where I'm gonna get to, because they're always gonna watch my shit, they're always gonna tell the people, their friends about my shit, and then I'm just gonna expand and expand and expand. But the minute I put that shit on pause is the minute anyone would be like, yo, Pabs, I'm down for you, but you ain't feeding my ears with nothing. I'm gonna have to go listen to Young Tef. I'm gonna have to go listen to Blade, you know, because those men are big in their own right. So why wouldn't these men why wouldn't they borrow their ears to their music? You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta keep it going and don't pause with the movies and the music. So I've got a new film in the pipeline that we're actually doing. We've got professional actors to play parts called Chess Maneuvers, and we're looking to shoot in the next couple of weeks. I'm actually doing rehearsals this week. So then, yeah,
I want
man.
a cameo.
Yeah, it's possible, man.
Extra shots. And
Bruv, you know, you guys with some muscles, man.
Don't just typecast me as the hench to you. I'll be in the background.
Straight.
But that's gonna go. That's shooting soon.
That is shooting soon. It's called Chess Maneuvers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man are shooting that out, and then it's gonna be big, man.
All right then.
It's gonna be big. Yeah.
Thank you for coming along, bro. Nice to meet you.
You're cool.
Again, as always. Guys, that's been Meet the Artists. I'm Despa, and you've been watching be83, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.
But no, actually, we got a tweet. Remember, we saw people like supporting Kendrick, and we was like, because these times we was like, I don't care, we're going, innit?
When I'm saying from the day that it happened, I've been drunk every night, and that's not good for someone like me.